superplex of all superplexes. Well, that's 99 down and just 1 to go.
Now, as with all countdowns, you can go back and forth as to what is the best, but it's going to be tough to argue with our number one. It was a moment that will last for eternity because it was about more than sports entertainment.
It was about a nation coming together. On 9/11, 2001, America was victim to a terrorist attack. It was a moment in time when each person in the country was touched in a different way, but there was a common bond we all shared.
People were frightened, confused. All major sports were postponed or simply in a state of flux. But, heeding the great words of President Bush, every American was called to return to living their lives. And who else but the WWE would lead that charge?
With our nation in a state of indecision, WWE gathered in Houston, Texas. And it was an opportunity to show our resolve and strength to get back up and continue with our daily lives.
Smackdown thus became the very first public gathering of any kind in our country, and our show was broadcast live Thursday, September 13th, 2001, to show the patriotism and the fight in the citizens of the United States. The entire Smackdown show was an opportunity for Americans to take their minds off of their worries, even if just for a few hours, and resume their normal routines.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Houston, Texas, for a very special live edition of World Wrestling Federation Smackdown. Tonight, the spirit of America lives here in Houston, Texas.
We talked to the mayor, and I'll never forget Vince being so strong, and he was committed. He said, by God, you're not going to stop us from living our way. And the response and the turnout made you so proud to live in this country.
Tonight, I believe this is the first public assembly of its size since the tragedy of Tuesday.
It was very real, very emotional to see WWE superstars, trying to make us all forget about it was an experience. I remember the sit-down interviews the superstars did, and those, a lot of those are really emotional.
We're running this show tonight because we're going to show you that you cannot break, you cannot even bend the fiber, the backbone of the United States of America. It's scary for me right now to be here in Houston and be this far from my family. My parents live in Staten Island. My wife and son, I'm just worried.
We're really getting a reality check right now on what the words compassion and courage and patriotism really mean.
My heart goes out to anybody that lost loved ones in this whole ordeal.
There are far more good people in this country, in this world, than there are bad.
I'd like to thank Vince for coming forward and being the first sports group to stand up and say, hey, we're not going to let this terrorism act change our way of life. We would like to thank you for the honor and privilege of performing before you here tonight.
Through the night, that my flag was still. And I'm sitting there singing with all the fans and their signs, and very emotional, very tearful. It was a country coming together, and I was part of that. And the national anthem never meant as much as it did that night.
It was a small part in helping us realize that life will go on. And it actually let me know, by having the courage to go out and perform at night, and by doing it in front of all those people and bonding with them, like, man, America was going to be okay. We were going to pick up the pieces and move on.
WWE continues to do things that have never been done before, or that change the way that things are done thereafter. That post 9/11 show, to see every single superstar out on that stage, sharing feelings and emotions with the fans, with people at home, it really made you realize that the superstars are just like you and I.
this is our way of sending our condolences and our heartfelt feelings to everyone affected by this tragedy that occurred